All right, thanks a lot, gentlemen. And like we say earlier during the week, from the surf to the turf, if you will, as we'll move to baseball now. Wednesday night baseball. We'll get you out to either Pirates and the Reds or the White Sox and the Red Sox in just a moment. But plenty of action already underway or done on this afternoon of play. Let's go to the National League right now. The Chicago Cubs against the Atlanta Braves. John Smoltz had a terrific game here. Joe Girardi at the plate lifts this one to center field, and Smoltz gets some help from Otis Nixon back over the shoulder. The grab. Smoltz gets the shutout. Club record 33 scoreless innings now for Braves pitchers. Elsewhere, St. Louis and San Francisco knotted up. Ricky Jordan with a solo home run in that game. Everything else just underway or underway later on. And in the American League, the Baltimore Orioles continue what has been a terrific 1992. 13-80 in April, their best since 1979. They win 5-4. Kansas City, 17 losses now in 20 games this season. Everything else just underway, and we will keep you updated a little bit later on. Wednesday Night Baseball continues in a moment.
ESPN Major League Baseball is brought to you by K-Swiss Athletic Footwear and Apparel, crafted with passion. By Isuzu, makers of the rugged four-wheel drive Isuzu Rodeo. And by Kingsford Charcoal. It lights faster, cooks longer. Kingsford, the surefire.
What you feel for the sport, we feel for the shoes. K-Swiss, crafted with passion.
Kingsford and KC Masterpiece invite you to step up to the plate with Reggie Jackson.
How come your chicken always tastes so good, Reggie? Mine tastes burnt.
Hang on. I'll give you an indirect answer.
It was Memorial Day. I'm barbecuing for 30. I got the best chicken, I got the best steaks, I got the cheap charcoal, and I got burned.
Fire's out.
Totally.
When do we eat?
Sorry.
Still out.
So don't get burned by cheap charcoal. Buy the best.
Kingsford charcoal. Lights faster, cooks longer. Kingsford, the surefire.
For any meat that needs more than 30 minutes cooking time, try the indirect method. Put the briquettes on one side of the grill and cook the chicken on the other, with the lid on. That's how you keep it looking and tasting good.
Another home run, Reggie.
Boom.
Stay within the lines. The lines are our friends. Stay within. Stay within the lines. The lines are our friends.
Introducing the world's first V6 crayon.
Are you listening?
The Isuzu Rodeo. Built to go way outside the lines.
ESPN Wednesday Night Baseball from Fenway Park in Boston. The Red Sox entertain the Chicago White Sox this evening. Welcome to Fenway. I'm Bob Carpenter, and injuries have been such a story for Chicago since spring training. First Bo Jackson, then Carlton Fisk, and last week Ozzie Guillen. They have Karkovice behind the plate, Graybeck at shortstop. But what about the DH spot, Buck Martinez? Has George Bell come in and solidified that?
He sure has. Bell brings to this ball club a bona fide RBI guy. Provides insurance behind Frank Thomas in that fourth spot, and he's a guy that you want up in game situations with runners in scoring position. He's proven it before, and he's a good acquisition for the White Sox.
This series a matchup between the Chicago hitting, the Boston pitching. Clemens a winner here last night. Viola goes this evening, and these guys have been outstanding.
They sure have. Everybody expected Boston's pitching to be suspect, and it's early in the season, but they're off to a fast start. Viola is the opposite of Roger Clemens. He's a finesse pitcher that has to pitch inside in this ballpark, but the starting pitching has been outstanding for Boston so far.
Couple of first-year managers dueling in this series as well, and Butch Hobson of the Red Sox hopes his team starts hitting sometime soon. Chicago at Boston here at Fenway.
On a very cold Wednesday evening, it's around 50 degrees. The wind is blowing out toward left field, and Frank Viola's first pitch is down low to Tim Raines. Viola comes in 1-2, ERA of 4.18. Bucky's already gone the distance in 2 ball games.
Yes, he has, and he's pitched a real good ball game against the Blue Jays, only to lose that game 2-1.
Ground ball up the middle. To his left, Rivera, who's been very steady for the Sox. A bad throw, and Mo Vaughn can't handle it. So the leadoff man aboard, Tim Raines, who came into the game with a .328 on-base average as the Red Sox make their 14th error of the year. Raines to be followed by Steve Sachs, Robin Ventura, Frank Thomas, George Bell, the DH, Mike Huff, then Ron Karkovice, Lance Johnson, and Craig Graybeck. Raines has an outstanding stolen base percentage throughout his career, and again this year he does as well. He has stolen 6 in 7 attempts. There were trade rumors around here that Raines might be headed to the Red Sox. He has not, and Steve Sachs, who came over from the Yankees, a pretty good number 2 man to have behind him.
Well, he sure is. He's got confidence. He takes a lot of pitches, and he'll give Raines a chance to run. Like so many good base stealers, Raines is very good against a left-handed pitcher like Viola because the move is right in front of him.
Sachs, a steady hitter, who last year hit .304 for the Yankees and drove in 56 runs while stealing 31 bases. He's got a lot of hitting room through the right side. Raines holding, and a good fastball from Frank Viola. Sachs hitting in 8 of his last 9 ball games, a .364 hitter over that time, and 9 for his last 18. If Raines and Sachs set the table in this lineup, these might be as good as any of the first 5 hitters in baseball. Not only 2 through 5, but that guy you're looking at as well when he gets aboard.
Well, it's a situation where they're going to score an awful lot of runs if Raines and Sachs get on track. They can both run. They can both put the ball in play. Set the table for Ventura, Thomas, and Bell.
Viola took a little bit off, low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's so important for Viola to pitch inside in this ballpark because so many hitters stand up on top of the plate and just try to hook the outside pitch up onto the green monster. Left-handers in particular really have to establish the inside part of the plate in this ballpark.
Bruce Hurst did it. He's now in San Diego. Sachs was thinking about right field, and he fouled one to the seats up on the roof. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Bill Lee won 17 games here for the Red Sox pitching inside, and he was very similar to the type of pitcher that Frank Viola is. Viola has to change speeds. He's got a great changeup. As you look at the clear sky here in Fenway Park, it's really been cold up here in New England throughout this month of April. They've been snowed out. They've had rainouts. And tonight it's a cool 54 degrees.
Gorgeous day in the hub, but the wind has kicked up. It's blowing hard from the right field corner over toward the green monster. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sachs. Home plate umpire back there on your screen, John Shulock. Tim Sheeta was the second base umpire. Larry Young at first, and Don Denkinger, the crew chief, at third base.
You see there, Raines had a break towards second, but he saw Viola coming to the bag, so he had time to get back. You have a better look when you're a base runner against a left-handed pitcher.
Home he goes, and Sachs, little looping line drive into the lower deck right side. White Sox come in tied with the Rangers at number 6 in the league, hitting at .265. They're nowhere near the top of the home run charts, but they're up in the top 4 in the running department with 18 steals. Sachs holding, or rather Raines holding, as Sachs fouls it off, and the count stays at 2-2.
You see, there was that inside fastball to Sachs. Viola doesn't throw nearly as hard as he once did. He'll throw about 85 miles an hour. But the effectiveness of his changeup gives him an added 2 or 3 miles an hour on that fastball because hitters
have to wait back thinking about that changeup so much.
Now, Buck, when you're talking about throwing inside to a right-hander, can you throw inside for strikes, or does it have to be far enough inside to be a ball and just move the hitter away?
No, you can pitch inside for strikes in this ballpark because so many hitters are conscientious about getting out and hooking the ball on the outer half of the plate. Pitchers really can't make too many adjustments. They have to continue to pitch inside just like they would in any other ballpark. Generally, the hitters make the adjustments here.
Fastball on 2-2, and the battle continues. Sachs, a good contact man who doesn't strike out very much. 38 strikeouts last year in 652 at-bats.
That's so important when you're a #2 hitter. I think this was a great acquisition by the White Sox to pick up Steve Sachs. Although they gave up a good pitcher in Melito Perez, Sachs really fills a void because now they can put Ventura down in that third spot where he really belongs.
Fastball missing, low and outside. Count goes full. As we said, good contact men at the plate. You, if you had to make a choice, would expect Raines to be running here. Probably won't swing into a double play unless Viola can really pull the string on Sachs and fool him, and if that happens, would Pena even have time to throw Tim Raines out? He is running. Now he stops, and he'll go again as the ball squirts through. He will go on to third.